Hi there, welcome back to another episode on my modded survival world. I made a bunch of chests this episode to start off, and I made even iron chest versions of them to do some bulk storage in my attic. I put down all these chests and just started putting bulk stuff like oak wood and pine wood and whatever else I had up there, and then started diving into the create mod. The create mod, I used andesite alloy to get started, and then I did all sorts of just enough items research to figure out how to make a crusher, basically just to duplicate my ores. That's all I really cared about. And so I kept going and I made cogwheels here, and then mined into a non-existent room that I've been meaning to use to start doing some machine work. I made this engineer's hammer to make some iron sheets, and then eventually also used this machine to make iron sheets. Then I used a mechanical mixer and then did some cog work, and also needed this like blaze head from the nether, so I went and found my nether fortress and captured a blaze in this blaze burner. Then I fed him coal and put zinc and copper together to make brass in my mixer. Then I made lots of brass stuff with all this new brass that I was getting. One of these things being the outline of my crusher wheel, which has a pretty cool animation when you put it all together. And I was very excited. Then I got a tour from one of the guys on the server of a bridge that he built that mimicked the one I made in the last episode, and then also of his new mansion. I loved his pool area too because it had a see-through floor, and then he gave me a tour of the entire base. This carpet was made out of bison fur, and then he had lots of unique rooms here, and I envy him and I want to replicate it in the future. Then we use his elevator to go up to higher floors, one of which being the first floor, in which he wanted me to claim one of the rooms to make my own office or workspace or living room, so I claimed this one with the balcony. Then I found it was time to go mining because I wanted to test out some of the ore duplication, so I did a lot of mining. Here are some of the highlights, but I just grabbed things like diamonds and zinc and redstone and gold and iron and silver and all kinds of modded blocks as much as I did Minecraft blocks. Here's another vein of diamonds. And then even some lead ore here. Back in my base, this is the results of all of that mining I did. Next up was to go to my crusher machine. I skipped some of the boring building here. A lot of it too, I referenced YouTube to figure out how to do it correctly, but basically I was throwing iron in, and then through this chute it would put them in the crusher, and then the crusher would spit out iron. Here is also an update on all these cows that I've been keeping in my base. It's actually a great experience farm. And then here back at the crusher, you can see just how effective this crusher wheel is. I used these nuggets of experience too that the crusher was giving me to do plenty of enchants. Here is a sped up version of me just enchanting things and combining things. Did a lot of that. Then back at the crusher, I decided to tear everything down because I realized I was missing a step, which is called the washer, where you can wash your crushed ores to get even more ingots. So that's exactly what I did. Here is just an overview of everything I did. I made these mechanical belts that push things along, and then finally at the end of this belt there's a presser that compresses all of those nuggets into ingots and then funnels them into this chest where I get ingots. That's going to be it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Look forward to more in the future.